And there's kind of been a transition of she took it over and then it wasn't asked to be a special event permit, and then we had new art directors a few times, and then, so we've just kind of had a growing pain transition. And so last year was the first year that I kind of said, I think this would qualify for a permit, and it just didn't happen, so it was just the first time. And so I think that's one thing that last year that didn't happen, that was missed. And so this year Abby's doing that, and she's doing it way early so we can figure all this out. I think that's what she's doing here today, is letting you guys make that decision on the time, now and early.
Yeah, 6 months ahead of time. This is great. Yeah,
But from a Parks and Rec perspective, and from my commission's perspective, we wanted council to make the time decision, if that makes sense. Because maybe don't wanna make that decision, but my council talked about it, that's why I put that stipulation there. So that wasn't always a decision. So sorry for that, but that's why.
I would say there are other incidences where the lights were on past hours that were requested. And there were members of influence that influenced our police department to keep the lights on.
that was me.
And I don't think that that is an acceptable practice. I would say there were times when the light switch was broken into and turned back on. Those are the three or four things that I've been informed about.
I think there was no key issue last year for the light switch. I don't believe there was.
And there wasn't a permit last year, so there wasn't an official agreement or a contract.
But in our
That was an
ordinances,
anomaly.
our parks close at 10 p.m. In our federal ordinances.
Well, that's why they're here. We want a special permit. We want special permission.
I know, but there wasn't a permit last year, so that's why I'm explaining it needs to be off at 10. And it wasn't off at 10, the lights.
Because we were still playing. I talked. Governor Brad,
Can I speak to that, Mr. Mayor?
you know,
But the only issues that I have with it are this, that it wasn't a permitted event, so technically, everybody's out of the park at 10, right? So, our officer came, it was actually Brad. The agreement was made, okay, midnight, the lights are gonna be off. That didn't happen. And so it wasn't actually until, I'm pretty sure it was pretty close to 2 o'clock that it was done.
It was midnight. He came in there with his flashlight and started yelling at everybody on the court.
Okay,
It was midnight.
so, but again, the agreement was made midnight and then that wasn't done. So that's kind of where I have the issue with it is, if the council goes ahead and approves that, I don't have an issue with that. But it's gonna be enforced that's 12 o'clock or 2 o'clock or whatever you guys say. And that's just the issue I have. And then the underage drinking component of this is something that I was unaware was going on until very recently. And then we will also have a role in that then moving forward as well, if that is going on. What I would love to see as far as that goes is that gets self-policed.
Yeah.
Because that is a better way to go.
it has been in the past.
Okay.
I know it has been.
Okay. What was reported to me is that it was fairly egregious this last year. Again, I wasn't there, so I couldn't say, but, that is something that I believe that the police department would have the city would have a vested interest in making sure that wasn't occurring in the city park.
I would welcome police to show up and walk around.
Yep.
Zert Murdoch was there last few years when he was here.
Okay.
He showed up.
Yep.
Walked around. Nobody has a problem with the police being there.
Sure. Yep. Those are my only concerns.
Let me ask this, from the committee here. So you do a round robin, all teams play everybody?
I can talk with you. Do you want me to?
Yeah, Abby.
Give us a little structure,
Alright.
'cause I guess I'm kind of looking at this as most tournaments you go to, if you do a round robin, you do pool play. Take the pool play, put it into a tournament.
Yeah.
So not everybody plays everybody. You could
That's
structure,
right.
you could
That's what
structure
it
it. You do this all summer long. You
Yeah.
could take the top teams, put them in a, rank them and then play that way. There's a lot of ways you could do this to get this. Because some of the complaints I've heard, and it's not because of what's going on there, but it's, man, it's, we're August 15th. It's the hottest time of the year. It's hot out here. And we're doing this all day long. So just to maybe shorten the tournament up, if it
So,
was restructured.
I appreciate that feedback, because, I mean, I've talked to Melissa Russell and she had suggested maybe doing something once a month where we have less teams. And then, not every team is expected to be there every weekend. Like, there's so many different ways we can go about this. I will tell you that trying to keep track of every team and their wins and losses during the summer doesn't work. People don't communicate. It doesn't work. We try to start as early as possible. Well, we used to start around 7 o'clock, I would say, in the morning. And we pushed it back because a lot of the people that play down there have kids that are in high school, and it always, for whatever reason, falls on the same weekend as media day for football. And so in order to keep those teams and things moving, we started, I think, at like 8. I don't have a problem starting earlier. That's not the issue. I would actually invite any one of you guys to come down there, and actually see. And I honestly don't understand the egregious part from last year, because I would say last year was probably the tamest we've ever had it down there. You couldn't actually go to the end of the parking lot and hear the music. So, yes, I understand. I didn't do my due diligence and get the permit. I honestly didn't think it was that big of a deal. And at the time, it was kind of late when I was asked to do it, and it's fine. I made a mistake last year and I'm willing to admit that. You guys gave me a 6-month time period that it had to be turned in, otherwise it was a no-go from the get-go. You never asked for anybody to turn anything in for a special event permit 6 months in advance. But I did it, and I followed the whole sheet. And I think if anybody saw my form, it said in there, if noise is an issue, I would be glad to go to every neighbor and say, hey, this is when we're having the tournament. This is the time that we're gonna have it. Is this okay with you? Do you have any? I'm telling you right now, last year was great. Yes. Did we have one kid that I know of that was underage drinking? Yes, and I took care of it. The fact that you said that it wasn't taken care of leads me to believe if the police didn't know about it and there wasn't a police report, nobody was arrested, then that wasn't the case. Because I told Aaron about it and I asked what I should do. And then I went and talked to him and I said, you need to get rid of it.
It was taken care of immediately.
Yeah. So I don't think underage drinking, yes, I think you're always gonna have that. I don't think there's any way to get around it. Can we try to get around it? Absolutely. Absolutely. I put specific rules and regulations in there, which I copied from the city and pass it on to every team captain. We go over it before the tournament. There's no underage drinking, no hard liquor, no glass bottles. What else? The amplification of music without a special permit. I never understood that before, but now I do. I get it. These were given to me by Melissa, and I kind of copied and pasted them from her because she used to run the tournament. You're not supposed to park in, you're not supposed to, sorry, do not park in private driveways, do not block driveways. You can park in the Bethany Lutheran parking lot. That is allowed. I know we've had talks with them and we're in communication with them if they have a funeral, or they have sometimes asked us to, hey, can you wait until after this time to park there if they have something going on. We don't have an issue with that. If we need to set barriers out so people don't drive into the park, I'm good with that. People sometimes drive through on the gravel so they can drop stuff off.
but I've never actually seen somebody park like, I mean, we used to have campers parked in there before, but we haven't had that issue. They might park along the creek. I don't know whose property, if that's the park's property, we can stop that. We can put barriers up. I don't have an issue with that at all. Again, the noise thing, I think that last year with we kept on time pretty well throughout the morning for or for round robin play. It's when you get to the tournament that sometimes people kind of let loose and whatever. We can keep on task. I don't have an issue with that. I don't drink when I'm running the tournament because I know there's a lot of stuff going on. I mean, if you think I drink otherwise, I'd love to hear, but again, I don't think any of you guys have been down there, and I would love for you guys to be down there. Oh, what else? Oh, to get back to your hot day thing, and we actually put up a tent last year that had sprinklers on it. It was, who was it? Frozy, yes, thank you. Frozy put that up for the kids, and stuff just to have, so everybody can cool off. I mean, I would love for the police to come down and walk through there. It makes me feel better, and I don't have an issue with that. I'm not trying to throw a massive rager. That's not my goal. I'm just trying to do what I feel like we've always done. I mean, shoot, since I've been playing since 2012. So, and when we started playing, I think it went till about 4 a.m. I'm not looking for that either. Trust me, I'm ready to go to bed about 1 o'clock. So, yeah.
Okay, so I'm just some of you have a problem with 2 o'clock time, ending time, it sounds like.
I would like to see it in by midnight, but.
Well, that's what I was about to, if I was, let's compromise with, would you guys approve a midnight stop time?
Since we're, and I would say this event, I'm not speaking against it, but this event is notorious for heavier alcohol consumption than most other events the city has signed off on. There's been times, not just recently, but people have camped out there. My question is, do we need to have, do we or do the people putting it on need extra insurance? If somebody gets intoxicated there and drives away and gets involved in a fatality accident, how responsible are we? I've been down there before on the police department, and there are several, when I was on the department, several intoxicated people. So my first question is, how we sit liability wise for the city when we sign off in this event? I think 2 o'clock in the morning is too early. I mean, we shouldn't go that late. We should respect the neighbors. I would be inclined to compromise and say, my personal feeling would be 12 o'clock. I agree with Jerry. They should be able to work in such a way where they can have everything done by midnight. So one, do we need insurance for this event? And the person that put their name on it, do you need insurance? And number two, I would suggest midnight. I would also suggest that, my impression is you're a responsible person that's putting this on. And I'm willing personally, this is me personally, willing to let it go this year, see how it goes. And, but I would still feel better for myself would be midnight. I think past midnight, I come from the old school, nothing good that happens after midnight. So, that's my suggestion. That's my recommendation. Anyway.
Okay,
I actually, when I want to say first kind of took it over from Melissa, when she used to do it, the city, she was umbrellaed under the insurance of the city, but the year that I took it over and she wasn't part of it, I did get insurance for it specifically. I think it was around $350 for insurance. It is a huge cost. I get it. It's worth it because, you know, things happen. Yeah. I can't say anything. I'm okay with getting that if that's a requirement and you guys want me to, absolutely. I'm not gonna say no to that.
Where do we stop that insurance requirement though?
I-
Softball. At Cubby Park or
Well, if there was
a party, a birthday party at.
there was a block party on Dawson Street that
Insurance requirement.
got a special permit to have a block party and people were drinking in the street for that until about 11 o'clock. Not even at a park, and you guys were okay with it. Was there much discussion on that, or were you guys 100% in for that? Because of the time
Also,
or because of the amount of people?
I think there was also a concern on the police department. There were some people that were notoriously intoxicated, and I think some members of the department were a little bit out of sight, out of mind. Not saying this current department, but there's a reason why we haven't been down there. And I think that should change. I think if we're gonna allow this event to go on, we should have an active presence down there. But I firmly believe 12 o'clock midnight, I'm willing to make that compromise. This event does stand out as,
It brings a lot of money to the community, whether people wanna believe that or not, it does. I mean, it brings a lot of people in town. And people love it. I mean, as much as the kids like to go down, I mean, we have people come to the park in the afternoon and into the evening that don't even play in it, just to socialize. It's not. I think if you guys came down there last year or the year before, like, it has changed so much from what it originally was that I think you guys would be surprised. I know Zach Murdoch was down there a lot when he was on worked in town. And I could talk to him and he would say, no, I didn't have any issues. Like, I think you're always gonna have underage drinking. Now, I don't think that's a thing to be okay with at all. At all. But I guess I'm just looking for legitimate reasons as to why not to have it. If it's a drinking issue, well, but we haven't had any issues. There's no police reports. There's nothing. Like, if there was an issue, like, I feel like it should have came to us at some point. And somebody should have said, hey, people are drinking and driving. I talked somebody down one night from driving away from that tournament. Like, I feel like I'm very careful about how I do it and run it and look out for like that kind of stuff. I mean, you guys don't know me.
There's been a lot
That's
more
fine.
significant others. Not drinking that take their spouse. There's been a lot of that.
Yeah.
Recently,
Absolutely.
things have changed.
I don't think we're saying we don't want them to, we're just,
Yeah. Okay, so
we're just trying to change the time.
I'm hearing a midnight might have to be the compromise.
I love it. But I mean, if that's what it takes, I mean, I'm
think
I go along at midnight too, and I guess it's good to have this dialogue. You can go back to the other participants, say, look, the city's got their eyes on this, you know?
yeah, for sure.
Let's don't ruin this.
Yeah, absolutely.
and loud music's a concern too. I mean,
That's easy to shut down.
and, you know, I think when we had rock concerts out before Jerry bought the golf course.
Well, those are nasty.
We had a lot of, profane, musical groups, and the phone was ringing off the hook, literally. I mean, it was just crazy that night, and so. I think the reason they get away with this, with somewhat of the loud music and somewhat going at 2 o'clock in the morning, they're kind of isolated away from most of the community. Like I said before, I am thankful that you're here, and it sounds like your intention is very honorable.
Yeah.
You know, I kind of, you know, you can't stop every drunk driver from going home.
Yeah,
And so, but one thing I think we should address though is insurance, and to me, Is that, insurance should be that, on the person that takes it out, the city, since we're okaying it. We have a liability in this and maybe we should have event insurance. And having said that, maybe we have insurance that covers these events, but, I just want to make sure it doesn't put the city in a civil liability. So,
Did you guys, question, when they had the summer, I forget what it was, they had, Herb and Lou's blocked off in front there. I assume they had to get a special event permit, whatever, and with drinking in the streets and stuff like that, was there insurance from the city that covered that, or did they, who kind of headed up that as far as like?
Main Street.
Main
Street, West Branch.
Okay, so that was under the city.
No,
No,
they're their own,
it's just separate.
they're their own separate entity. They carry their.
I knew that, absolutely.
And that is a requirement, she does, because she'll, if the city is going to be any part of it, she'll reach out because we'll have to be on there as well, or the National Park Services or whatever.
Okay,
So I
yeah.
know I've seen that is part of their, I guess, their checklist or whatever is the insurance.
and see, partly that's probably an advantage in having you run it,
Mm.
because if we had a city employee running and be responsible, then I think it puts us a lot more civilly responsible than we are, but,
Mhm.
I don't have a problem with okaying this till midnight. But I do think that we should research liability.
Yeah.
And, as
Okay.
far as the ball field, I haven't had any reports, and I'm sure it's probably happened, but it's,
Okay, if,
So hold on real quick,
go ahead.
on your part about the insurance, my guess would be this is any insurance policy that we do have, I'm sure does cover it. But they were also aware of our park rules, and our park rules say you close at 10 o'clock.
But it,
So it's at that point,
but it also says in there that it can go later if there's a special
So
event
risk on
permit.
you guys as a council.
That's
because
what I'm
You're
saying.
making the exception.
That's what I'm saying.
So council may not be protected if you go past 10. Because you're acting outside of your own ordinances. I would encourage you to do 12, because I think that's a good compromise, I think.
I think it's a good compromise,
So,
Okay,
Yeah.
but I think it's
I
worth
think that-
looking into making sure how liable we are though also.
can we deal with that later? I don't feel like killing this right now.
I think we can deal with
That.
it later myself, as long as we look into it. Whether we keep the cost or we have shared cost or,
I don't have an issue paying for it at all, so. If
Okay.
but since I'm running it and stuff, I'm
we just-
perfectly happy paying
it should
for
be
it, so.
pretty comparable to Ramp Shop insurance, I would think.
Oh, I
Oh,
hope
not
not.
really.
No.
Yeah,
Well, a day.
That's selling it, they're not giving it
We're
away.
talking a day event, we're not talking a year
And
and.
it's not responsible for the alcohol.
No,
She's not selling
that's true.
alcohol, so she doesn't need a grant.
Right.
That's right, I'm just, I know she's not serving it, but I just thought I'd try to compare the insurance.
so I need to get a motion to change the time on this. We just agree that it's midnight
need a motion.
before we vote.
A motion to approve this with the
Okay, you
midnight.
made the motion.
So I motion that we amend the permit time from 2 AM to 12 AM.
Okay. So
Second. I don't know, second,
I think you did.
did I?
Dean second. You were so close.
I don't know, it wasn't me.
That was too long ago.
That's 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Do you second again?
Did I?
Do you second this time?
I second.
All right, thank you.
I asked a couple questions before just questions. So 12 o'clock, I'll make sure to put that in there. Did you guys want me to start it earlier? We usually start around 8. I can go a little bit earlier if you think it would help. What?
They have to approve that.
Oh, yeah, the park doesn't open till what time? 8. Dang it.
I think you gave last time.
Are you guys good with 8? Okay, perfect.
Amend your amendment,
Got a second. Oh,
just change, just
I
8
amend,
to midnight.
I amend the times from 8 to midnight.
Correct.
A second.
All right,
Thanks, guys.
we're gonna vote on that and then it should pass.
Okay, thanks.
So we're gonna vote on that amendment. All, gotta do
Roll call.
roll call. Go ahead.
Miller,
Yes,
Dean,
Yes,
Noel,
Yes.
sorry. Sexton
Yes.
and Corrigan.
Yes.
Okay, yep.
Okay, 8 to midnight, this is the vote then for the entire consent agenda. Let's go ahead and vote on the entire consent agenda, please.
I got one, I got something else.
Go ahead.
Real quick, the liquor licenses, got any problems with them? No. All right, go.
Good question.
Councilperson Miller,
Yes.
Dean,
yes.
Sexton,
Yes.
Corrigan,
Yes.
Noel.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. 8 to midnight. So is that lights off at midnight or
Yes, that's like.
Yeah.
clear the
lights
park at midnight?
Close.
Because
Done.
the last game, if it ends at 12:50,
Then people are going to jail because you're supposed to be out there.
okay, I can't wait to see it. All right.
Mayor, if I can, I was just gonna say,
Yeah, go ahead, Ryan.
leaving it till 2 o'clock, we could still put a rule in the tournament to say it ends at midnight, but if you have it till 2, then you're not kicking anybody out there, you're cleaning up their site until 2. So for future applications, if you want to apply for 2 o'clock, because it takes maybe till 12:30 or 1 o'clock to clean up this year.
With the
maybe
lights
that's a
off.
reason- Maybe that's a reason to look back at it. in the
Yeah,
future.
okay.
I think the permit does have a Sunday cleanup.
All right.
And yeah, so typically, I should have said that. Do I need to go back up there or can I talk from here?
Have a seat.
Okay. We.
Go ahead, Abby.
We shut it down and I go through everything that's left at the park, I go through. So if there's any liquor, well, there's not supposed to be liquor. Like that. Any beer, any alcohol that's left there, we take out. They're told not to, but some people do, and we take it out, so it's definitely not at the park. And then we come back the next morning and we are cleaned up and pick up the fence completely. So,
Yeah.
and I usually give a team, say, you guys need to be done, pick all their stuff up by 10 o'clock. So,
It'll be done.
perfect.
All right, we ready to move on? Presentation, open forum. Anybody want to speak to the council? Hearing none, we're going to move on. All right, we have a public hearing to amendment number 9 for the amended and restated urban renewal plan. Anyone here to speak? This is about the dental building. To insert that into the urban renewal plan. Anyone here to speak on that subject? Hearing none. We'll move to resolution 2613, approving and adopting amendment number 9 to the urban renewal plan.
So move.
Second.
Any comments? Let's go, please.
Councilperson Miller,
Yes.
Dean,
Yes.
Noel,
Yes.
Corrigan,
Yes.
This is our
Sexton.
15, yes, this is our 15-minute portion of the meeting. Resolution 2614, approving a date for a public hearing on a proposal to enter the sewer revenue loan and disbursement agreement and borrow money not to exceed $719,000. This is for the Creekside Water widening project.
So move.
Second.
We did this already, but apparently not. We're spending money already though. We don't have.
this has to do with the SRF.
Yeah.
It's
Formal.
but we had to have this formal.
Which kind of sucks because the project cost us 10 million, but we only borrow. we
No,
only
this is a 1 million Creekside widening.
I know, but it's coming from the sewer plant.
Yeah,
2% we borrow from the sewer plant,
yeah.
cost us $10 million. But we can only borrow up to. Was 1% of the 700 that was initially. Yeah. 7 million.
7 million, like
Yeah.
projection, yeah.
So Sucks the week, it should be a little borrow, no. It's good.
Let's not argue about it, man. Let's vote on that, please.
Councilperson Miller.
Yes.
Sexton.
Yes.
Noel. Horahan,
Yes.
Dean.
Yes.
Resolution 2615, setting a public hearing on a proposed certification agreement with the Iowa State Historic Preservation Officer.
So
This,
Second.
this concerns our local. What is it?
It's for the certified local government.
Certified local government. Okay,
Got
Which-
a hand up, got a hand up.
Yeah, I can explain about what you guys.
go ahead.
Yeah, thank you.
Hi, so, just introduce myself, but,
Yeah, come in.
okay, so my name's, Will, I'm a graduate student at the University of Iowa School of, Planning and Public Affairs. I'm sure you guys have probably been somewhat familiarized with some of, the other groups in our program. But my group is concerned with, historic preservation, essentially. And so that's, the purpose of this document is it's kind of the main piece that needs to be reviewed by the city council in order to achieve certified local government status. There was an ordinance from like 4 years ago that ended up getting denied because there was some kind of minutia in there that was probably more fitting to be included in the historic preservation plan anyway. And so this new plan is a new template directly from the State Historic Preservation Office. So there is really nowhere it could kind of go wrong in terms of like the state not approving it. So that's why we're moving with this new template. It does overwrite the previous ordinance. And so if there is sort of any other issues of like historic preservation that you guys would like to sort of have a say in or add anything that isn't included in that new document, because this new one is pretty bare bones. I can write my email up there on that whiteboard, and you can reach out to me because we're also working on updating the historic preservation plan. So anything like that, we'd be happy to like include any suggestions in that new plan. So yeah, that's just a little bit of info about that. Thank you.
Have you been working with Main Street?
Yes.
Has there been any, we have a building that's kind of known as for part of the Underground Railroad. I don't know, has that been brought up?
Yeah, so that's been something that I don't think my group, there's another individual who is, if you're going to Travelers Rest, right? Yeah, there's another individual who kind of has their own personal project regarding that. So it'll end up going in the new comprehensive plan anyway, but that's not the part that we're directly working on.
we've been trying to become a certified government through this historic preservation.
10
thing.
years.
Longer than that.
Really?
And
Okay.
you can get it pulled off, kudos to you.
Thank you. Yeah, I think it should be pretty simple. I mean, all the steps are in play. It's just kind of getting the documents together. But I think thankfully this new template doesn't leave much room for error on the side of the city. So it's nice that they're doing it. I'm not sure if it's because of a new person working on it on the state's office, but yeah, I'm excited to sort of get that done as part of our project, and yeah, hoping to see it get passed and
Have you
everything.
seen any grants or anything coming out of this?
Yeah, so the state last year, so there's 90 certified local governments in the state of Iowa. The city last year gave out, I think, a little bit over $100,000 in total grants. I'm not sure if every single one of the CLGs applied last year. Assuming every single one of them did apply for a grant, that's like $1,200-ish, I think, for each town, which isn't that much money, but that I don't know if that $100,000, I don't think it's like a fixed amount every year. I also have no idea if every single one of these towns is actually applying, so it probably does end up being a bit more. It also gets you access to anyone who's on the city council or in the historic preservation committee. They get access to like free training items and documents from the state that can sort of allow you to get kind of like more aware of like best practices regarding historic preservation and stuff like that. Stuff that like you would normally have to like pay for essentially, and then you also get like the recognition on the State Historic Preservation Office website. So those are like the main benefits of it.
All right,
Thank you.
thank you. I got a motion, right? Let's vote.
Councilperson Dean,
Yes.
Miller,
Yes.
Horahan,
Yes.
Sexton,
Yes.
Noel.
Yes.
So that was to set a public hearing, I think it's sometime next month. Resolution 2616, set a public hearing date for April 6th. For the max proposed property tax levy.
So move.
Second.
Let's vote.
Councilperson Miller,
Yes.
Dean,
Yes.
Noel,
Yes.
Horahan,
Yes.
Sexton.
Yes. All right, anybody, anything? Staff?
Just a couple events. Just to kind of let you guys know about, there is the Evening of Honors by the Main Street where they give awards to volunteers and businesses that are downtown. That's February 27th, a Friday at 6:30 PM. Sweets for Success is coming up, and that's gonna be Friday, April 10th. And then Thursday, May 7th will be when the University of Iowa comes here, and they'll be at multiple sites. Talking about all their plans and projects.
What was it? What's that date?
May 7th, Thursday.
You can remind us again.
That's a long ways off.
Yeah.
We'll get an email. Okay, tomorrow night at 5 here. We'll talk about the fire chief. These two guys, me and Adam and the fire chief, we're gonna move it on that. Would anybody be interested in changing the time of this meeting to say 6 o'clock?
I love that.
We got football practice though,
Yeah.
but that's only what, 6 weeks out of it? Anyway, think about it. I wouldn't mind meeting earlier.
Wait a minute, we don't practice on Mondays.
What? You got games?
We have games on Sundays and they won't allow them to have practice the day after the game.
Okay, think about it. We'll maybe think about changing that, because this is late. You're missing your Monday night football in Dallas.
No, it's dinner time. You know, so do you eat before you come or
I
do
do.
you eat when you
I
leave,
gotta
you
eat
know?
before I come. By 8 o'clock, I can't eat. Okay, motion to adjourn, anyone?
Move.
All those in favor say aye.